Hey, welcome back everybody to Faster Than Light with Grayson. This is a game that Grayson likes a lot, so we're gonna play it again.
Hooray.
Hooray! Let's do it. So we're gonna do a new game, and let's see, last time I believe we got a new something, like a new ship. The Taurus, which is a Taurus, at least topologically speaking. That's interesting. Why is it toroidal shaped? That is unusual. But sure, we'll play with it since it's new and all.
To be fair, I don't think aerodynamics matter very much in space.
No, I mean they certainly don't. Alright, let's see. So we got only one layout. Complete 2 for layout B of these things. Robotic warfare with the NG cruiser. Have 3 drones functioning at the same time. So an enemy ship with only drones. Enemy systems or subsystems. So this seems to be focusing a lot on drones anyway, and I was mentioning I would like to give a go with some of the other mechanics that I hadn't tried last time, so if good drone stuff presents itself, I may try to go for a drone build this game. Alright, let's see what all we've got in terms of the crew. Tom Banks. Oh my fucking god, really?
I don't get it.
It's a pun on the actor's name, Tom Hanks. But, you know, as always, I'm gonna rename these to Toho characters, because that is how I always go.
I'm not actually sure if, like, all of the names in this are thought of by the developers or not. Because I'm pretty sure there are, like, Kickstarter names in here.
Fair. Since this guy's like an engineer or something, presumably I'm gonna make this an eatery. And the last one... Let's see. Who should the third character be? Grayson, throw me a Toho character.
The other Kappa, what was it? Takane?
Ah, yeah, Takane. That makes sense. And the other character gets to be Rumia because it's the 7th of the month, and the 7th of every month is Rumia Day.
You can also choose the appearance of characters.
You can?
Yeah, with the customize button.
Interesting.
Yeah, you probably don't want Rumi to be a guy.
Indeed. And there's no alternative options for NGs. Okay, that works.
NGs are just NGs.
Indeed. We got an Ion Blast Mark II to begin with. Ion weapons can disable systems without causing hull damage. And we have Combat Drone Mark I. So we start with a drone. That's actually rather interesting. Okay, that makes sense. Definitely going to need to pay more attention to drone parts in this game then, though. Now let's see, NG Medbot Dispersal. No, requires powered medbay to function. NG Nano Medbots heal the crew outside of the medbay at a reduced speed. Fair. Well, in that case, whenever there is a benefit to, how should I put this? Whenever I don't really suffer anything to have the medbay equipped, I guess I will do so, but otherwise I won't bother, because as we discussed last time, the medbay is the medbay. And we'll keep the Advanced Edition content disabled. And let's see. So this is a Kappa ship now. The data you carry is, I'm sure that's the same thing.
The tip is different, though.
Ah, fair. Well, next time I'll keep that in mind. Okay, so let's
Don't worry, the tip this time was just about the auto-fire function of the weapons.
Fair. So let's see. To begin with, I still have a whole bunch of extra energy, so I may as well start by actually spending it. Powerful drone that continuously attacks the enemy ship, not deploy. Oh, because I also have to power the drones. Ah, in that case I'm going to need to make some decisions about what I want to do with powering the drones versus powering the weapons. Okay, let's see. To begin with, don't need the medbay right off the bat. Wait, does it not let me undo that?
Right click, remove one power.
Thank you. Okay, I need
one click adds.
Am I able to? No, this requires all 3 to run that. Shields are all or nothing. Engines can go up and down. I think for now we'll go 1... Wait. Why is it not letting me click this one? Status on power. Why is it not letting click? I have 3 energy.
Read the description for the drone.
Powerful drone that continuously attacks the enemy ship. Not deployed. Will cost 1 drone part when first powered. Oh, I don't have any drone parts. That makes sense.
Oh, you do.
Oh, I do?
The problem is there's not currently an enemy ship.
Oh. Okay, that makes sense. Well, for now, we'll just power all this stuff up, and we'll worry about the combat drones when we actually get to the point where we have combat. In the meantime, let's take stock of the situation. So we got a drone room, we got an O2 chamber, we've got an eatery in the engine room, we got a shield room, camera room, door room, healing ward, captain's quarters, and the gunnery. As with before, I think I will have someone in the shield room, someone in the war room, and someone in the helm. That should work well. Okay, I think for now that's, pretty much about as good as I can do. In theory, I could buy some stuff, but in practice, I'm sure I don't have enough for any of it, so we'll worry about that later. Alright, let's just get jumping then. So we're located here. The exit is over here. And so one of the things that I definitely saw last time that is genuinely very helpful is, A, that I should actually try to wander these, zones, or sectors as they're called, and actually gather materials and things before moving on. And the second thing is that it generally is helpful to go in directions where there are more connections as opposed to less, because I can see what's happening with more neighbors. So this node only has 1 neighboring neighbor, this node has 2. This one isn't a nebula, but it's at the start of the game, so I feel a little bit less concerned that this is an issue. So we'll go to the nebula node. You arrive in the middle of a plasma storm. Despite the harsh conditions, a rebel scout seems to be waiting for you. I mean, almost certainly this rebel scout is not going to be all that dangerous, considering it's the very first thing I ran into. At least, I'm hoping. We're going to pause, and we're going to take stock of the situation. Oh, wait, the plasma storm means I have half my normal stuff. That's actually really fucking dangerous. This run could be over before it even began.
On the bright side, the enemy's affected by it too.
That is true. That is certainly true. Okay, so to begin with, as I've discussed before, oxygen when I'm at 100% is not something I necessarily need to have turned on. I'm going to want to pay attention to that, because if it starts to get on the low side, if the battle drags on too long, I'm going to need to turn it back on, but for right this moment, it's not super valuable. I want to keep the shields up. I think we're going to turn off the engines for now, because we need at least 3 to power either of these 2 things. So let's read about our weapons and such, because I need to make sure I'm actually using something that will work. So we have the Ion. Drains and lock systems. Shots per charge.
So,
oh?
I will say, the drones do not need 3 to power.
They don't?
3 is just the most power that you can put into the system.
Oh.
In general.
That's interesting.
Yeah, the number of bars next to that weapon name is how much it actually takes to power that weapon in either the weapon or the drone system.
That is interesting. Whereas this one definitely takes all 3 for these weapons. I think for the sake of exploration of what can happen versus not, we're going to see how well the drones fare doing their thing by themselves for a few turns. In the meantime, we'll turn a little bit of the engine back on. If push comes to shove and the drones just aren't cutting it, I can try turning everything off and just putting on the weapons, but I want to see what happens on this first round. This is a legitimate question. Do I have any control over the drones in the way I would say the weapons? Or do they just do their own thing?
No.
Alright, well, let's see what happens. Okay, I'm going to need to turn the weapons on, or this is not going to work. The drones can get the shield down, but I'm going to need that. This does mean that I am very open to attack at the moment, but we need to, actually do something to them. I don't really want to be hit right now, so I'm going to hit their weapons. And I need to keep an eye on my oxygen in the meantime and make sure there's not an issue. And I should probably wait till the drone takes down the shields when the shields go up. Otherwise, I risk not actually hitting what I want and the drone just shooting something randomly, wildly. I say as I mess it up. The enemy ship appears to be powering up. Its FTL is trying to escape. Come on. God damn it. Is its shield going up fast or something?
You mind if I point out something that I don't think you realize?
So, I think I already
Actually,
see
two
it.
things, really.
Yeah, I think I see something that's rather problematic. So one of these things is going to be to repair the oxygen and actually turn the oxygen back on pretty soon, right?
You do realize you selected Rumia, right?
Ah, that would be a problem. Thank you. Okay, so we'll have them go fix that once this, gets running and all, but I'm assuming then that since you said two things, that there's also something that isn't that.
Yes, you mind if I tell you?
Yep, go for it.
The ion does not actually do damage to the enemy ship. It simply disables the system that it hits.
Oh.
If it is blocked by the shield, it disables the shield.
Oh, so actually the opposite of what I was saying is what I would want. Ideally, I would want the ion blast to destroy the shield, and then for the combat drones to actually hit the ship. That makes sense. I appreciate your insight, because that would not have been obvious to me.
Yeah, I think the enemy ship would have escaped if I didn't tell you that.
Almost certainly. Okay, so we're going to target the shield then, and we're going to turn this back on, but I also need to be careful of the oxygen levels and actually watch that.
Got away anyway.
Yep, they got away anyway. But, oh well. No harm, no foul. I took barely any damage, so I'm not, terribly concerned here. You guys gonna fix the room up?
Game kind of needs to be on pause for them to do anything.
I forgot I had the game paused, sorry. Okay, we can turn the oxygen back on again. We'll start by moving everybody to... I guess I can't move everybody to that room. And one of you should actually be fixing the camera. So I can actually see again. Not a great start to the run, but I really haven't lost very much, at least. In fact, I haven't really lost anything. I'm just, Well, I did lose a little bit of, hull, but not very much. And I did lose a drone part, but again, not very much. There are way worse things that could have happened on a first round than that, if we're being honest. And I'm sure you would agree with that.
You guys Takane's the captain now?
Yeah, that's a bad choice. The engineers should be doing the things in the individual rooms, since they're better at that.
Yeah, you do have the ability to save, group positions and load them using the buttons below the crew list.
Do I? How do I do this?
Buttons below the crew list.
Oh, save your current few crew positions. Okay, that's cool. That's useful. That's very useful. Hey, and I just realized that...
I'll let you figure out the strategy stuff on your own for the most part, but...
Yeah, there's no point in me failing.
No point in moving everybody individually. That would just take longer.
Yeah, there's no point in me trying to figure out something for myself that is merely me not knowing a feature exists.
Yeah, I'll happily tell you something if, all that is lost is, just wasted time.
Indeed. Also, I've realized that my attempt to go and fix the cameras was in vain, because it's not that the cameras were broken, it's because we're in the plasma storm.
And that is exactly the kind of thing I'd let you figure out on your own.
Indeed. So I want to go to the store anyway, but there's also the fact that the store connects to multiple new nodes, whereas this location doesn't even give me any new information at all. So very obviously we're going to the store. The ship engineer has set up a small shop here. Okay, so I don't have oodles of money. In fact, I have the opposite of oodles of money, so there's very little that I can actually do here, although it doesn't hurt for me to take stock of what's here in case, on the off chance, I have the opportunity to return here with more money. Let's see.
You ever just see a name in a game and immediately know that it's a Kickstarter name?
GM Fow?
Yeah, I don't think that's one the developers came up with.
Yeah, almost certainly. GM Foe. And then there's Debbie and Goompo. Mantis, eh? We've not seen a Mantis yet. Let's see what they do. The Mantis' disregard for individual lives led to their evolution as a vicious warrior race. Inflict extra damage in combat, move faster, and have repair speed. That seems like a useful class. Obviously, I'm not buying it at the moment, and my crew seems fine anyway, but it's worth knowing for the future in other situations when there are Mantoids. Let's see. There's teleporter and cloaking, but obviously I can't afford any of that. And on page 2, there's a drone recovery arm and an automated reloader. Interesting. There's healing, there's Ion Blast 2. There's a lot of cool stuff, but I really can't afford much of any of that. Okay, so I have fuel already. I'm not sure if anything I use uses missiles. Does the Ion Blast use missiles? Let's see. I've not seen any sort of indication that it does, but I'm going to ask you because I feel like this is one of those rare cases where I just want to know. Does the Ion Blast use missiles?
No.
Okay, I figured as much. So these are super important at the moment. My fuel is still good, like I can easily do quite a bit of exploration on what I've got, and I think the drone parts are fine as well, so I think for right this moment we're just gonna fix everything and call it a day. Oops.
For future reference, weapons do tell you in their descriptions whether they use, missiles or drone parts or anything like that.
I figured as much, but I figured that if they... So here's the thing. I didn't know for sure that it would. It might just not bother and make...
Yeah, I'm just saying for the future.
Yeah. Alright. That's a bad direction to go, and I get very stuck that way. This connects to one new location, this connects to a multitude, so this is very clearly the correct choice. You arrive at the beacon to find yourself dangerously close to a star. An automated rebel ship, impervious to the heat, moves in to engage. Okay. And the star gives a danger warning as well. Let's pause and take stock of the situation. You're too close to a star, solar flares will light the ship on fire. Okay, so we've got that bullshit. So in between rounds, we're going to need to make very good use of the crew to put out these fires as much as is humanly possible, or in this case, ingeniously possible. Anyway, we're going to want to power some stuff up here. So I can power up the weapons, and I'm going to want to power up the drones. I'm not going to need the med bay at the moment. That seems good, and I can turn the engines up to max. Excellent. So, actually, quick question. If I power the drones further, does that do even more?
No, the bars above the system purely determines, how much power you can give to that system. You need more weapons to be able to drive more power to that system.
I was curious if it increased combat drone damage or something, because if it did, then that might be worth shuffling some stuff to accomplish that. But yeah,
for example, if you got a second weapon, then if you want to power bolt it and your ion blast, you need to upgrade the weapon system. But if you upgrade your weapon system right now, it wouldn't have any immediate effect.
Fair. Am I able to do anything with this guy? He seems invisible. Okay, now I can do something. So we're gonna hit the... So they got weapons, they've got eyeball. What is eyeball? When in use, your weapons cannot charge and the enemy evasion is increased by 60. Oh, that's their cloak. Alright. So the question is, can the cloak come back online while we're fighting? I'm going to assume the answer to that is no, since I already know where they are. So we're going to try targeting their weapon systems here. Okay, I need to keep an eye on everything that's happening here. So far, all is well. Let's try disabling... goodness, what do I even want to disable? Also... Is the fact that this room is blank, does that mean that there's nothing in that room, or does that mean I don't know what's in that room?
Actual question?
Actual question.
There's nothing in that room.
Cool. Because
if you were to shoot a weapon that does damage, it would still do damage, just not to any particular system. But Ion does literally nothing in this case.
Ah, fair. solar flare imminent, so we're going to need to watch out for that. Alright, so I'm pausing to just take stock of the situation. Seems we're fine for right this second. Okay, so let's see. First of all, Nitori's going to need to move... Wait, can I not move these guys when it's paused? Oh, of course I can't. But, alright. I see. I do feel like Nitori probably should not be standing in the fire, though. Wait, what happened? Oh, the enemy ship exploded. That was unexpectedly rapid. But now we've got to deal with this problem. Wait, I don't want both of you in that room. One of you at a time. Do something about it. Oh, wait, you did mention that it... No, actually, never mind. It seems things are fine for the moment being. Maybe not for that character, though. Just step outside the room for a minute and we'll send all of you in here. Okay, you're going to the med bay because your health is ridiculous. Okay, we managed to put all that out. I think
I was so convinced that Nitori was gonna die.
We're gonna try opening everything up here in this part of the ship because I need to put out the oxygen this way. They need to turn the med bay on. They need to get their health up. Engine's critical. That's pretty bad. Okay, these three are back and good enough. Up, but the ship's back to being fine again. Oh, fuck. I just need to get the hell out of here, don't I? You guys get that cleaned up. We're gonna have to start the next round. Oh, wait. The FTL requires... Engine system must be functioning. Okay, go repair the engines. We just need to get the hell out of here before more fires start. Although I really don't want to start the round with the weapons system broken. Oh, of course. Okay, two of you go back over there and put out that fire. Man, these solar flares are a fucking pain in the ass. Okay, Rumia, go ahead and head back to the captains. This is good enough. We need to just get the hell out of here if we can. FTL drive is charging. In the meantime, one of you can start repairing the weapons room. Okay, we're jumping the fuck out of here before anything else happens. Oh man, that was chaotic as all hell. Let's see. They probably don't want to go back this way anyway, just because of the encroaching darkness. Let's see. I want to open up as many new nodes as possible. Probably this one is probably the best bet then, since that's 3 new nodes versus 2 new nodes, 2 new nodes, no new nodes. Yeah, this is the ideal choice. We need to jump. We can worry about things once we've moved on. This beacon is being patrolled by a unmanned scout. A fight is unavoidable. Alright, sure enough then. Alright, 2 of you guys should probably start repairing the weapon systems because we're going to need them. Meantime, we want to power up those drones so that the drones can get their work going. And the weapons I'll turn back on once they get that repaired. Is there anything else I should be focusing on at the moment? It looks like all the other systems are online, operational, and in good order. Rumia is in the captain's seat, as is appropriate. Okay, so let's see. Since I don't have any weapons at the moment, the drone will just attack randomly, so, yeah, I guess we'll let things get going and see what happens. Oh man, this is a really weak vessel. Kind of ridiculously so. Okay, hang
Drones
on.
are kind of absurd against enemies without shields.
Yeah, no kidding. And now we just can wait and not worry. I hardly lifted a finger as an achievement I just got. The ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of useful scrap materials. Nice, that does seem good. Hang on. Continue. And we'll unpause so that we can actually get things back in action here. Both of these guys have taken some damage, so let's go ahead and get them healed up in the med bay here. And then we'll load positions. Nice. So this is off to a good start. We've already got some money. We've already got, you know, some good parts and things. Fuel is in fantastic shape. So yeah, I think we're good to jump again. Let's see. So this location has one new one. This has two. This has 1, 2, 3. Well, I would normally go to this one based solely off of the number of neighbors in the network graph. At some level, I don't want to just go straight for the exit. I want to explore a little bit more, so I think I'll actually go to this node first. Oh wow, another one. An advanced rebel automated ship remains stationed near a small rebel space station. Sensors indicate it's a storage vessel for military goods. They can attack the automated ship to get to the storage cache, or avoid provoking the ship. This thing doesn't even have shields. Of course I'm going to attack it. It literally is nearly defenseless. Okay, so right off the bat, we're going to turn on the drones. And we're going to turn off the med bay and turn on the weapons, because why the fuck would I not at this point? Yeah, we're going to take down their weapons, and you're going to go put out that fire. They did more damage than I would have liked, but, you know, we seem fine. We got away with getting some money and the like. Investigate the station. Ooh, even a new weapon. That actually is probably overall worthwhile, if I'm being honest. The station is a storage site for military-grade weapons. You find one that can be easily attached to the ship. A firebomb, eh? I'll have to read what that does, but obviously I also need to get all of my systems back operational again, considering at the moment, yeah, they are very much not. That ship, for being as weak as it was, did quite well, arguably, at fucking me over. Honestly, surprisingly well. Okay, you guys go fix up the oxygen now, so we actually can get oxygen properly. And then go fix the cow room. Wait, that's not a cow, that's a robot. Never mind. I don't know why that looked a bit like a cow to me. Okay, load all the positions. Okay, now I need to take stock of what I've got going on here. So, type, teleporting bomb. Ignores shields, requires missile. So this thing just destroys shit. That's actually pretty darn useful. I feel like that's the kind of thing that is situation-specific, though. Obviously, if I'm dealing with the scout ships that I've been dealing with, the Ion Blast is by far and away superior because, well, who cares, right? Like, no shields, might as well be disabling systems. But if there was a shield, this might actually be a better way to deal with things. Just go destroy something inside their ship without bothering with their shield. And also, even if they had a shield, the Ion Blast might be better in situations where they just have some sort of system that is incredibly worrisome. So, I can see these genuinely both being very good in different cases. I just need to, you know, think about what will be best in each case as I see them happen. For now, though, the ideal thing to do is to jump. Okay, ooh, a store, very convenient. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, and definitely the oncoming wave will not reach here in 3 turns, so yeah, I should be fine to go to the store. Alright, let's take stock of what we've got going on. You find yourself surrounded by a group of mysterious alien vessels. They hail you, and apparently they have some valuable technology for sale. Okay, what do you guys got? So there's a crew teleporter, which allows you to send your crew members to board enemy vessels. There's the cloaking again. Then there's some characters. Got a mantis, a human, and a rock. What the fuck is a rockman? The rockman of Vrakos. I'm not sure if that's a U or a V. It has to be a V because of the 4. And Vrakos 4 are rarely seen and are known for their fortitude. Immune to fire. So this guy's really good at fixing up flames. That's pretty cool. Movement speed is halved. Max health is increased to 150. Not a bad crewmate. Repair arm repairs your hull every time you collect scrap, but reduces scrap collected by 15%. Long-range scanners adds additional info about nearby beacons on the star map. That's not a bad thing to have. Drone recovery arm. Non-destroyed drones will be retrieved when jumping, allowing their parts to be reused. That's also very interesting. But at the moment, I'm not really suffering in terms of drones. My dronage is fine. Let's see. Got plenty of fuel, got plenty of drone parts. Not even using missiles at the moment. Alright, so let's see. I think I'll look at my ship composition for a minute and think about what I can actually buy in regards to this, for the Kappa ship. So I can buy more power bars. That's absolutely a thing that can happen. Hang on, let me actually think for a second about what my current situation is. So I can turn off oxygen, and I can turn off the med bay in a lot of cases. And if I then would be able to power up the drones, which I can't power them up at the moment, but that would cost 2, and then I'd have 1 left. Of course, if I want the oxygen on, which I usually would, that would end up eating up everything. But in theory, I could buy 2 more, and then I could have both the fire bombs and the ion blaster, which is not a bad direction to go in. So I could buy 2 of these, and they're always 25 apiece, so no matter what, I know I could afford to. Alternatively, there's shield, engines, medbay, oxygen, weapon control. Oh wait, I'm forgetting one tiny little important detail. I actually cannot get 2 more power bars to spend on weapons without also buying 2 more weapons bars. So that actually is less valuable than I think. And 2 more weapons bars is quite expensive. There's also further drone control, but I don't have any more drones to use. At the moment, that's not very helpful. Okay. I think I will leave this all be for right this second. To fix everything would be 22. My current hull is 19, and I'm assuming the max is 30, so you don't get a discount for fixing all. With that in mind, I think I will fix half-ish. Okay. I've learned in this game that money is a very important resource to have on hand. We're gonna leave it at that. And we're gonna move on. So I can see 3 new nodes from here, although one of them is not particularly important. I know good and well what the exit is going to be. It's going to be the exit. Okay, what's going to happen at this location? You're immediately contacted by a settlement. Hello, travelers. Your ship seems to be outfitted for combat. Care to take up a bit of mercenary work? What is their offer? Some of our friends have taken to piracy in the recent chaos of the war. We'd like you to convince them of their poor decision by severely damaging their ship. We'll pay you well as long as you don't kill them all. Sure. Just be sure not to blow them up, they say nervously as they direct you to a nearby moon. You find the pirate ship docked there. They immediately respond to your appearance with your money or your life. They must be new to this. Yeah, this thing has a shield, which is a little bit more of a pain, but overall, I'm not seeing anything here that I don't think I can deal with my current situation, so let's pause and let's ready for battle. So, let's see. I'm not really yet in a position where the ion blast is super effective here, so I think I will... Wait, not enough system power. Oh, maybe I have to swap them? Oh, I have to do that. That makes sense. Okay.
You don't have to rearrange them. You can just, right-click and left-click.
Thanks, I appreciate that. Okay, so I think Firebomb is honestly the way to go here, because I can target whatever I want with the Firebomb through the shield, which is pretty fucking awesome. I don't think it ever really benefits me to attack O2, because these battles will be over long before their oxygen runs out. Alternatively, I could go for the weapon systems or their shields, which are both good choices. I feel like it never hurts to destroy weapon systems, because the weapon systems are generally a pain in the fucking ass. Alright, let's get this show on the road and see what happens. Warning, intruders detected. Ah, we've got that situation. Alright, all of you go destroy the intruders. Okay, I think the firebomb's almost loaded again, so let's go ahead and keep hitting their systems.
All of this guy decide to attack you in your med bay.
Yeah, that's not a very smart idea. I just have health regen for the whole fucking fight. Ah, yes, you're certainly going to be successful there.
Yes, they are very new to this, you can see.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I think I got another firebomb coming up. Wait, have they actually been taking damage, though? I'm not sure I've been seeing damage happening. Okay, we're back to good here. Let's go ahead and return the crew to their original positions. And we'll let the guy who usually works in the shield room work on the shields. Firebomb's almost back. Oh, great. Okay, let's have the two of you go to that room and deal with that. Okay, their weapons are currently offline, but, okay, why are my weapons currently offline? Oh, it requires missiles. That makes sense. Okay, I had gone so long without needing to worry about missiles this round that I kind of forgot missiles were even a thing. Alright, that's fine. Well, we'll just use the ion blast. We'll continue to target their weapons, but more likely than not, it's just going to hit the shield. Okay, the two of you should probably get the shield back up. It's a long, fast fight, but they're not able to do very much, so who cares, right? Like, they hail your ship saying, "You win, we're not cut out for this." Well, the promise was that we would let them live, so, you know, our contractors presumably will pay us more if we do, so let them live and return to the settlement. I got another weapon. With the pirates dissuaded from their career path, you return to the settlement. Thank you, they returned to us before you did. I don't think we'll need this anymore. So we got more money and a small bomb. Okay, let me see what the small bomb does. Teleporting bomb. Ignores shields. Requires missiles. Okay, so... Oh wait, that's literally the same thing as the fire bomb. Teleporting bomb.
Not quite.
Normal damage 0, possible effect fire. Oh, that's interesting. Crew damage 30. Crew damage 30. System damage 2. Wait. What's the difference between normal damage and system damage? And this is a legitimate question.
I'm not actually entirely sure, but it does mean that the small bomb actually does do damage instead of just creating fires.
And wow, it only requires 1 bar. I feel like this...
I would assume that the higher cost means the fire bomb is almost guaranteed to start fires. I mean, it's called the fire bomb.
Yeah, which certainly is going to fuck them over, considering the fact that, well, I don't know. The fires are a real pain in the ass and completely occupy your crew, or you just lose that system. So it does feel like...
You also cannot see inside their ship at the moment.
Indeed. That is true. That is true. Let's see.
You also don't have any missiles, so you can't use either of them right now.
Indeed, and also I'm currently not at a fight with them anyway. I wasn't really intending to hit them anyway, but, you know...
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, like, you know, you're not going to be able to use them in the near future, really.
Indeed.
And if you can, then it'll be like once or twice.
I'll probably end up selling one of the two of these next time we get a shop. I'm just trying to think about which one I'd rather sell, and frankly, it'd probably be the S-Bomb over the Fire-Bomb, since, as we mentioned, the Fire-Bomb's ability to do more guaranteed fire is very helpful. For now, though, let's continue jumping. I think that I would have time to go to one more unvisited location before I hit the exit, so I might as well do that. And at this point, it's literally a coin toss between these two, because I think I'm going to need to go to the exit the round after that, just to be on the safe side, so it doesn't really matter. Still, if something weird happens and suddenly my plans completely change on me, the one with more connecting nodes is probably a better option, so we'll go there.
So wait, what is your plan?
Visit one more node and then go to the exit.
Oh, after this. Gotcha.
Yes. The distress beacon is coming from a civilian ship. It appears it's being chased by a pirate. Well, nothing in this area really seems to be much of a threat to me, so I certainly say I should be able to aid the civilian ship pretty well. You power up your weapons and engage the pirate ship. Okay, cool. Obviously, I cannot be using the the bombs for this fight because I don't have any missiles, but I can just go fall back on Old Faithful, the Ion Blast, to fuck them up quite a bit. So we'll target their shield system, turn the drones online, and we'll cut down one on that, and... wait a second. Do I have more energy than I realize that I do? Oh, right, I don't need the health at the moment. This seems... I feel like my mental math in my head isn't quite going like I thought it would, but I'm, you know, happy that things seem to be working out well, so who cares. Anyway, let's get the fight on with. The Ion Blast I want to hit their shields with, and I guess we'll just unpause and see what happens. Okay, let's hit another Ion Blast. Ah, that's their shield system down. Of course they hit the camera, of all things. Actually, I probably shouldn't be so concerned by that. That's actually probably one of the better things that they could lock down at some level. Why did I hit their oxygen? That does not help me. Oh, well.
I was going to ask.
Of course, them hitting my oxygen is a pain in the ass. Okay, you two go fix the oxygen problem if you can. In the meantime, I'm going to hit the shield system again. My whole thing was I want to keep the shield system down so that I can do more damage to their shield system. Or to their ship in general, I mean. Let's return everybody to their base positions. And then we'll go ahead and hit that. Ah, damn it, it missed. I forget that that can happen.
I do actually have a very minor tip that I could give you.
Oh?
In fact, it was actually the one that you missed at the very start of the game that I think would be helpful.
Sure.
You can enable auto-fire on the weapon system.
Oh, can you? How do you do that?
There are two ways. You can do it for all weapons by clicking the big auto-fire button, or you could, like, I think it's control-click when targeting. You'll know because the bar will be yellow, as well as the targeting reticle.
So, is this just automatically locked onto the shield system, then? Or do I need to...
Yep, every time the bar fills up, it'll automatically hit the shields.
That's good. That is definitely helpful. And we win. They did more damage than I would have liked, but overall a success. Got a missile out of the deal, too. Bunch of money and a bit more fuel. The pirate ship breaks apart. You hasten to contact the civilian ship. Contact the civilian ship. Ooh, another weapon. Yeah, this is the kind
Another bomb, too.
Yep.
What is the bombs this run?
Yeah, they respond. It's a good thing you came when you did. We'd be dead otherwise. I'm a shipwright and I'd like to help you help me. Like you helped me. The captain offers to install a piece of equipment on your ship. Yeah, go for it, dude. I'll probably just sell it because I'm getting way too many bombs, but, you know, I'm not gonna complain. It is another source for money, right? Okay. Now we can jump to the exit portal unless there's something else that makes sense to do. In theory, I could go to one of these two locations and make it back in time, but honestly, considering that I'm not really all that... Considering the fact that I don't know where I will find a shop on the next stage and my hull is starting to get badly damaged, I'm not sure I can survive more than one more battle, so I think that's in my best interest just to get out of here at this point. You arrived at the long-range beacon. When the FTL drive is charged, you can jump to the next sector. As soon as you arrive, you receive a Federation encrypted message. A rebel ship has been terrorizing local civilians in the system. Please seek and destroy it. There's a part of me that does want to do this, just because I feel like I could win, but there's also a part of me that is concerned and wants to hold back a little bit, because again, I don't know how quickly I will find a shop on the next stage. I might end up in a situation where I don't find a shop before I have to do like 2 or 3 more battles, and I'm not sure I will survive all of that and this encounter, so well, as sad as I am to do it, I think it's on the safe side here to say no time to search and just prepare to jump anyway. Next sector. Okay, so let's see. Really, either of these would work just fine. But I do know that NGs tend to have a lot of cool stuff from the last time we went there, so I think we'll go to the NG-controlled sector. You have arrived in NG space. The Mantis have been threatening the NG core worlds, but you should be able to stock up for your journey. Okay, so let's take stock of the situation. So again, like, I have most stuff available at the moment, don't seem to have any major problems. The only real issue is the hull, where my hull integrity is kind of garbage at the moment. And I don't think there's any way I could recover hull besides asking at shops, so for the time being, let's just go ahead and jump. So let's take stock of the situation. 3 nodes, none of them necessarily have a shop or anything like that. As per usual, I should start out by going somewhere that unveils the most new information. That gives me 1 new node, that's kind of garbage. That gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, that's very good. This gives me 2, so this is the obvious choice. You arrive at a populated sector. One merchant seems to be mass broadcasting a request for a mercenary ship to aid him. Shall we respond? I'll think about this for a minute. I need to use the bathroom, so I will be right back.
Hey. I get the impression he's forgotten about the, med bot thing. I don't know.
Hey, I'm back. So, there's a relatively high chance that one of the adjacent nodes is a store, and there's even a possibility I could survive 2 battles. So I'm going to take a little bit of a risk on this one and go ahead and try and respond.
Nice.
Great, I was worried no one would respond. My usual carrier is days late. I need you to deliver this cargo of drone parts to a small station a few jumps from here. We can't afford to pay another carrier, but they will surely tip you generously. Great, I uploaded their location to your star map. I'm running out of options, so I have no choice but to trust you'll do what you have agreed to do. Added a quest marker to your map. Okay, so that didn't even actually affect anything. So the quest marker's down here. How many new nodes of information do I get from traveling in that general direction? So I was here. I wouldn't have been able to see this. So that's 1, 2, 3 new nodes of information from there. Is this vastly different? No, that's still just 3 new nodes of information. That is 2 new nodes of information. So ironically, I think that actually is tied for best anyway. This is a good location to be heading towards. So we'll do that. There is a black market hub here. You receive a message. These are dangerous times. If you have extra military-grade explosives, we'll gladly pay you for them. I wouldn't give this to you anyway with the number of fucking bombs I have. Ignore the station.
Yeah. You have a lot of bombs.
So the quest location is here. That's not a super useful place to end up, but at the same time, I did say I would do this. So, this would definitely be the ideal node. Maybe even that one would be, but I do need to finish the quest, so we'll go finish the quest. You arrive at the location given to you by the merchant. You are supposed to deliver drone parts to a station here. You find the small research station and discover that it is putting out a distress signal. Strangely, there is no response to your hails. Dock with the station investigator, or leave it alone. We come this far. We may very well be making a lot of decisions here that are going to end up in us failing long before we even get out of this sector, but let's go for it. Oh, interesting. Inside there are signs of a great struggle. Scientists lie dead where they fell, brutally dismembered. You grab a few research drone parts lying on a desk near the door and leave quickly. Seems like that paid off quite well. I'm guessing that this...
And you don't even have to give them the drone parts.
Indeed. I'm guessing, and I don't want you to tell me, but I'm guessing that this, like most events in this game, is random as to what the outcome is. I would imagine that there probably is a version of this event where I have to face off against a nasty ship. And there's probably also another version of the event where, you know, like, I just run into them, I give them the drone parts, and they give me back, like, a weapon or something. Okay. I really only have one choice here unless I want to return somewhere I've already been, and I'd rather not do that, so we'll travel here, which should open up information about 2 nodes I've not seen yet. Hopefully one of them will be a shop. Your sensors have picked up a refugee ship drifting through the system, no doubt one of many fleeing the rebel advance. It doesn't appear to have detected you, or else is trying to avoid notice. Ooh, well this is definitely a coin flip one if I do this. Like, 50-50, they do something good for me, or I fight them. We'll hell them. Again, like, I've already gone this far, and somehow avoided a battle this entire sector thus far. Oop, it's enemies. As you held the refugee ship, a pirate ship jumps into the system. It was using the refugee ship as bait. Yeah, but these guys don't really look any worse than the ships I was playing with in the last sector, so let's just fuck them up. Okay. I do in fact actually have one missile here, so I could start by firebombing their fucking shield system, and then just proceeding to demolish them afterwards with the ion blast. And we want to kick the drones online. Okay, let's go for it. Okay, pause. That was my only missile, so I need to swap over to the ion blast now. And with the ion blast, we're going to continue to target their shield system. I need to repair the damage to the drone system so that I can make sure I can continue to use my drones. Okay, now I need to repair the engine system. I think I've definitely got this fight, though. Like, unless something absolutely ridiculous happens, we seem to have locked this down pretty well. Like, they're pretty fucked. Oh, wait, the weapon system's got an issue. This could be the thing that helps them a bit. Come on, fix up that weapon system so I can get that back online again. And of course I immediately was dumb and turned it off. And let's return people back to their stations. I probably should get the engines fixed up too once you start to get over to that point. Oh, we've got a breach. That's bad. Let's see. One of you needs to do something about the breach. Actually, it's probably the kind of thing where more than one of you should be doing something about the breach, because those breaches are really dangerous. Oh, fuck, now there's 2 breaches. Come on, destroy them so that we can get on to just worrying about fixing the holes. Oh, thank God, it was getting scary. The pirate ship breaks apart. You salvage what you can. Contact the refugee ship. The refugee ship thanks you for your assistance. As a gesture of goodwill, and seeing how effectively you dispatch the enemy ship, they offer you what supplies they can spare. Good, because this is getting kinda dangerous. First, you guys need to go all hill up so that we can more effectively repair stuff in a minute. close these doors.
Remember, there is a close all doors button.
Oh, you're right, there is.
The bottom right.
Okay. Everyone's health is still upright because that has to be turned on. Duh. So 2 levels are going back up. The drone room should be the only one that's really having an issue. You guys go repair that. Now my hole is in very scary shape. Like, I can survive maybe one more battle, and even that would be a very close one. We need to find a shop. Money's looking really healthy, though. Jesus fuck, 156. That is really good. Go kill yourselves again. Yeah, they all seem to be good. We can turn the med bay back off again and turn the drones back online. Why is it not letting me do that? Oh, because there's not a battle, of course. We already discussed that at the start. Back to our stations, and then let's jump. Oh wow, 2 of them are stores. Okay, so as per usual, then the question becomes, which one gives me the most new information? This would give me 1 new node worth of information. This would give me 2 new nodes worth of information. Also probably should think about the trail out to the exit. So this is 1, 2, 3 hops away, and this is 1, 2, 3. Okay, they're equally close. So yeah, this is definitely the best way to go. The NG can do remarkable things with just a pile of scrap. The NG Hive at this beacon are selling equipment for just that. Alright, so we got a nice shop here. So we currently are very good on both drone parts and on power. Fuel, that's it. So big things here are repairing, which I absolutely need to do, and maybe buying some other stuff throughout. Okay, so I'll just take stock of everything they have, and then we'll worry from there. Okay, burst laser. Gets the job done. Shots per charge 2. Seems like a good all-around good weapon. The Pegasus missile. Missile designs for 2 projectiles for the cost of 1. I've already got a million I've already got a million things that use missiles. I don't care. I'm not going to worry about either of those. More crew people, although my crew survived just fine, so I'm not that concerned. Advanced FTL navigation allows the ship to jump to any previously visited beacon. I don't particularly care at the moment. Shield boost charge booster. Boost the ship's shield recharge rate by 15%. Not sure that is the top priority at the moment. Burst laser's not a bad weapon. What do the things I have equipped sell for? So we have the ion bomb. That sells for 27, firebomb for 25, and small bomb for 22. What does the ion bomb do? So all of these are self-teleporting explosives. And let's see. Uses ion damage to disable systems. Okay, that's definitely superior to my firebomb. Firebomb's not bad, but
going all in on the ion weapons.
I like this disabling systems thing. I think that's a very useful thing. I'll keep the firebomb in case I think that's a useful thing to charge up in some situations, but I think the small bomb is just arguably not helpful. So we're going to sell that off. And of course, I don't really want to sell either of these, so we'll keep those.
Yeah, the items are very useful.
Fixing this, I think, is absolute top priority. I wanted to see what was in their shop first before I did that, but yeah, this absolutely needs to happen. Okay, all that is healed up, so we're actually safe to keep going. And now, of course, we're in the situation where we need to make some decisions regarding what we want to do with money. So let's see. Back to the store, I could buy some missiles. Ooh, times 4 for 6. That's actually really, really good. I think we'll do this. Oh, it's only... Never mind, I misread what that meant. Oh well, having a missile's not a bad thing. But I did not know what that meant, apparently. I thought it gave me 4 missiles for the cost of 6. Okay, so let's see. Looking back at my ship again, the Kappa ship, what could I do in this regard? it could be very useful to get myself to the point where I can be using multiple things at once. The ion bomb surprisingly only costs 1 energy to use, so it's absolutely a reasonable thing to upgrade my weapon control and add a power bar. Yeah, I see nothing wrong with that. I'm gonna do that. And then if I need to go all in, I can do something to this effect. Alright, I keep forgetting I cannot turn the drones on if there's nothing to fight. But the point is that I can turn off the oxygen for a minute, and then I could go all in having the ion blast, the ion bomb, and the combat going all at once. That could be very useful in the upcoming area. Looking back to the store real quick. Burst laser could be helpful, but I don't know. I'm kind of happy with what I've got going on here. I'd like more drones, but we haven't really seen any shops for drones yet as of this moment. I think for the moment we're just going to hold on to the money that I have, and we're going to jump. Another shop?
Oh, wow.
I think that
I get a screenshot of that.
Yeah, I think I can afford to visit another shop. Yeah, I can see now why we weren't running into any shops. All the shops in this level just spawn in a straight line in the middle of the map. A messenger arrives. Your scrap, ours. Our weapons for you. You're about to raise the shields when you realize it's just an NG trader looking for a trade. Yeah, I can see that. That at first sounded like it was a threat, but it's just an NG speaking weird. Alright, so let's see what's in this one. So it looks like the cost for missiles is the same as at the last location, which doesn't really surprise me all that much. We've got same 2 things that are always here in terms of subsystems. And we've got an automatic reloader. Cooldown between weapon shots improved by 10%. That's pretty good. Long-range scanners has additional info about the beacons, and the FTL recharge can do that faster. There is no second page here. I do like the idea of the automatic reloader, but at the same time, there is also the fact that just, to be fair, I don't have that much money, and I could come across something better later. But, what are my current systems anyway? Trying to figure out where I can even find that. Scrap recovery arm allows the ship to collect 10% more scrap from any source, and the NG medbot dispersal. So presumably I can get 1 more augmentation at a given time. Yeah, fuck it. We'll do that. Might as well be adventurous sometimes, right? Besides, I'll probably get more money from another battle between now and the next time I see a shop. Especially since all the fucking shops at this level were in a row, somehow. Okay.
Still ridiculous just how all the shops showed up.
Yeah, like, they literally are all in a row. If I'd gone to the other shop, I could have literally visited all 3. But then I'd be risking a lot with the enemy wave. So for now, let's just continue on our way. Who wants to take a piece of me? Apparently this guy wants to take a piece of me. The rebel fighter here would seem to suggest elements of the rebel fleet are already making incursions on NG space. You move to engage. Alright, so I feel like this guy's got enough health I would genuinely like to abuse everything just all at once. So let's turn off the oxygen for a minute, enable all the weapons, enable the drones, and we're gonna do this. The ion blast is going to take out the shields. The ion bomb is going to take out the weapons. And is auto fire on? Is that what it means when it's yellow?
Yep.
Alright, cool.
You can also enable it on a per weapon basis, but again, I forget if that's control or not.
Indeed. Also, I just realized I actually have more energy than I realized because I was counting the drones as 3, so I don't even have to have my oxygen offline. Nice. Okay, let's see what happens. They're about to get very...
I swear, the developers just wanted to be nice by giving an extra power bar of drones, and it's caused so much confusion.
Indeed.
Funny.
It is very funny. Okay, the shield systems are actually critical. They did a pretty good job of hitting that, so we'll send, who is this, Nitori, to go help with that as well. And you're going to help put out the fire, because I really cannot be dealing with that at the moment. The ship appears to be powering up its FTL. It's trying to escape. It is not going to succeed. It has way too little health. You guys probably should help out Rumia, because that's getting kind of scary. Alright, that was a very easy fight.
Nice.
More money, more fuel, more drone parts. Looks good. The ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of useful scrap material. Nice. Okay. Let's turn on the health so they can get their health back up. Only lost 2 hull even. A very effective battle, arguably. Alright, you all should return to your stations. And now let's go ahead and jump on to the next location. So I got a couple of options here. I could jump here, or I could jump here. One new location versus one new location. Either way really doesn't make a difference. Wait, what's the connectivity? This connects back up. This obviously wouldn't. If I wanted to prolong my journey, this would be the wiser choice, because I could always go here to here to here. Whereas if I went here, going up, I'd still have to pass through the same node twice, which would end up being prolonged exposure to the wave. So this feels like if I'm going to choose one, it should be this one. I have to think about all possible eventualities with a game like this. An advanced rebel automated ship. It's just one of these guys. They don't even have a fucking shield! Oh my god. Sensors indicate it's a storage vessel for military goods. Well, we're definitely attacking this one, because I don't think this one is going to be able to do very much against me. Okay, it's cloaked, but that's fine. As soon as the cloak goes down, we're in good shape. Okay, so again, turn on the drones. I don't have any missiles at the moment, so there's no point in further powering the missiles. And the ion bomb can't even target anything yet, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Alright, there we go. And now the ion blast is going to target their weapon system. Yeah, they're very fucked. Granted, my weapon system just took damage. That might be their one opportunity to actually, you know, save themselves a little bit. Okay, I can turn this back on. You guys could probably return to your stations, honestly. That was a very easy fight. Whoa, 21, that's good. Investigate the station. And another thing. Hull repair drone. The station was apparently designed to outfit rebel ships with drone systems. You find a functioning schematic. Hull repair, that's interesting. Okay, let's just go ahead and have these guys all heal up. And I can see what the drone...
They're already at full health.
Oh. How'd they get to full health? I know one of them took some damage.
Do you want me to tell you?
Mm-hmm. That I do.
It's one of your augmentations.
Oh. Let me check back with the augmentations. NG Medbot dispersal. NG Nano Medbots heal the crew outside of the med bay at reduce. Oh, that makes sense. And of course I have my automatic reload.
Yeah, I got the feeling you kind of forgot about that.
Yep. So hull repair. Automatically repairs 3 to 5 damage to your hull per drone part. Firepower 2. Requires drone part to deploy. So this repairs the hull, apparently. That's fascinating. Trip. Crew drones require I-drone. What is that?
One drone.
One drone to deploy, but will not need to be deployed again until destroyed. They stay on your ship and help your crew as long as they are powered. So wait, can I repair that?
I think that's talking about another kind of drone.
So I can heal with this. That's curious. This would have been very helpful to have prior to this point, but that's really
Oh yeah, that would have saved you when you were, like, desperately looking for a shop.
That's an extremely valuable thing. We're probably keeping that till the end game, Jesus.
Oh yeah, I think that's a very good find.
Yeah, I can't even believe the game has something like that. Good lord. For a drone part, which it seems like we're doing very well finding, I can heal 3 to 5 health. Jesus fuck, I can stay out here way longer with that kind of thing. So, since again... yeah, I see no reason to not just continue exploring, considering the situation I find myself in. I might as well continue down. What do we got here? You receive a distress call from a nearby NG ship. Assistance requested. Danger present. Imminent destruction. Respond to the call and move in to assist. Okay, got an enemy. This one certainly looks like it's a little bit better prepared than the preceding one we fought. You approach to find a mantis ship assaulting a small NG space station. You prepare for a fight. Okay, this doesn't seem too bad. I'm sure we can deal with this. So, I don't have any missiles. I don't know how dangerous these guys are yet. I feel like I might be better off trying to attack their weapon system. Well, actually, I'll never know how strong their weapon systems are if I don't leave them up for a minute. Let's just attack the shield like we normally would. Auto-fire enabled. Get the combat drones up. Don't think we need to worry about the hull repair right this second. Everything else can just be on. Everyone's in the right positions. Yeah, I say we're good to go. Intruders detected. Okay, I think it's best for everybody to just head to the med bay and we can fight them from there where we get the health regen, since the enemy is going to have to follow me out into the med bay anyway. Wait, are these fast? Oh my god, really? You're going to do it that way? Fine. Fine, you want to do that? We'll do it that way. Okay.
Unlike those first guys, these guys can pirate for a lot longer.
Indeed. Amazing. Keep an eye on what they're doing. Okay, we're gonna swap you out with you. I think we just managed to defeat them. So all of you go back into the med bay and heal for a minute. And yeah, I've made the right call with the shields. Their weapons literally are not good enough to outpace my own weapons. This is a very weak vessel.
I also love how you moved the two people who were at full health to the med bay, when the only person who was hurt was already in it.
Yeah, it's kind of a silly mistake, but at the same time, like, I'm not overly fussed because this fight is not a problematic one.
Still just silly.
The mantis ship breaks apart. Attempt to contact the NG. I like this. More fuel, another new missile, and a lot of money. The NG station is stripped bare, and there are signs of a fierce battle. The Mantis must have left the distress call active to lure other ships into a trap. Okay, works for me. I got some money, and that's the big thing. I also got a missile I can use on the next battle. Okay, so let's see. I might as well pass through here to the exit beacon, but I might have time to go up here and see what the node above the exit beacon is. You've arrived at the long-range beacon. When the FTL drive is charged, you can jump to the next sector. Your sensors have picked up a refugee ship drifting through the system. No doubt one of many fleeing the rebel advance. It doesn't appear to have detected you, or is trying to avoid notice. May as well help them. They'll either help us or they'll fight us. And they'll fight us. Okie dokie. As you hail the refugee ship, a slug ship jumps into the system. It was hunting the refugee ship for sport, and now they found you instead. Okay, so taking stock, this looks basically like the ship we just bought. They might have more weapons, though. It does look like I can see some stuff on the side of the vessel, though I have no idea how much of that is just for the sake of aesthetic versus, you know, actually being for real that they have those. But yeah, I might as well do the same strategy I did last fight and see what happens. Okay, they have two weapons. Worth keeping in mind. The Ion Blast doesn't actually do any real damage, though. I think I still will just keep with the shields for a bit. Nope, there's two of you. Go repair the drone stuff so that I can keep using my drones. Yeah, sadly they will be able to do some hull damage on the way, just because of the nature of the fact that they have two weapons and I have one shield. Oh, but the drone's actually being helpful and is hurting them anyway, so... I mean, their weapon system is being hurt anyway. Yeah, they're not gonna win this. Yeah, that was an easy fight. Nice. What are you thinking about all these fights I'm winning? I'm guessing Grayson is not present at the moment, so we will keep going. The slug ship
Pretty good. Sorry, I didn't realize I was muted.
Ah, fair. The slug ship breaks apart, and you salvage what you can. More money, more fuel, more robots. Contact the refugee ship. Oh, more money? More fuel, more missiles. The refugee ship claims the slugs have been hounding them since they left their homeworld. As a gesture of goodwill and seeing how effectively you dispatch the enemy ship, they offer up what supplies they can spare. Very nice. This is going very well. But yep, I should have time to go up here, see what's at this location, and pop back down to leave. And I certainly have more than enough fuel that I'm not going to get stranded. What at first seems to be a simple nebula is actually filled with a good amount of debris from a brutal exchange between several ships. Wreckage drifts by your screens and tumbles into the depths of the nebula to be lost to sight. It's hard to determine who the combatants were without closer investigation. Might as well investigate the battlefield. Ah, we've got an enemy. As you approach the wreckage, a mantis ship screams into the system, either sensing prey or to finish the job its fellows started. Hey, same strategy we've been using. I don't really see these guys as being much of a threat. In fact, I might even... Yeah, we'll go ahead and use one of the missiles we just got. Ion Blast on the shield, Ion Bomb on their weapons, drones online. Oh, I'm gonna need to turn off the medbay to do that. Yeah, they're gonna get smushed unless they get some very lucky shots off. Man, I like these ion things. They're super useful. Okay, that just did damage. It didn't actually cause fire. Okay. Shield system's not in good shape. We'll send someone else to help fix that up. And we win. Nice. Fairly easy fight. The ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of useful scrap materials. So we got more fuel, more missile. Hey, we got the missile back that we used. And some money.
Sure.
Okay, so let's see. Anyone need health back? You do need health back, so you can go ahead and do that. And in the meantime, I think we will turn on hull repair just once. Okay, we got some health back. That's nice. And let's see. Drone parts are still plenty fine. Yeah, we got good resources. Okay, let's jump again then. Yeah, if we were to go one more node, we would not make it back to the exit in time, so we'll have to leave at this point. But that was a very successful second round, especially considering how it opened back when I was, like, over here.
Yeah.
Next sector. Alright. My only options are to pass through
You have a
nebula.
very difficult choice here.
Yes, I could go to an Uncharted Nebula, or an Uncharted Nebula. Well, I don't know anything about... What was that?
However will you choose?
I know, right? One thing I will note is that while I don't know anything about what's in one of these, I'm going to guess that there's probably less helpful things and more hurtful things in a purple place. So I'm probably very lucky to have gotten the hull repair since I have no choice but to pass through one. I also am noticing that in Phase 6, I have to go through a hostile sector. Hey, for now though, let's go to number 2. Because I feel like going to number 2. This nebula must have been an important hub at one point. Placing all of these jump beacons would be no easy task. However, now it's hardly navigable. I don't like that phrasing, but we'll see what happens. We'll have them return to their respective places, and we're going to get ready to jump again. Oh my god, it's just nebula. That's kind of scary.
All nebula.
Yep, oops, all nebula. That is more than a little bit scary. And then visited location. The rebel fleet was prepared for the nebula in the sector, so it won't be as effective as a hiding spot. Okay, that's all it has to say for locations like this. I was hoping it would tell me if there was, like, plasma storms, but it doesn't seem to be quite that helpful in doing so. So there's two ways I could go about this. One is I could try to avoid the nebula as long as possible. Or I could just carry on like I normally do. Considering the fact I'm still looking for materials, I think I'll just carry on as I normally do and hope that I don't get too many plasma storms. Okay, so as always, let's check the adjacency. Okay, there's one adjacent node there, there's 3 adjacent nodes there, And there's one adjacent node there, so this is the ideal choice. We'll go here. You cycle through wideband comm channels as soon as you arrive, nothing but static. There's literally nothing here. You're inside a nebula. Your sensors will not function, but the rebel fleet will advance more slowly toward you. Okay, so this is literally a non-location. There is nothing here. Store and distress. Does the store connect to the distress? It does. Alright, we'll go to the store and then we'll go to the distress. The space station here has a traveling merchant who shows you his wares. Okay, so let's see what all we have available here. I feel like we're starting to get to the point where we have a lot of money floating around, and so strategizing is going to be important. First of all, what do I have under sell? Nothing I want to sell. There's no second tab for buy, so it's just these things. I can buy more fuel, although I have plenty of fuel. I can buy more missiles, although arguably at the moment my 2 missiles is probably pretty good. Granted, it might be not a bad idea to buy 1 or 2 more, because I have a feeling this area is not going to see very many safe havens. I can buy drone parts, although I do have a good number of those at the moment. I can basically assume I've got about 6 battles in me, I'd say, with what I've got. They as well not bother fixing, considering the drones can do that for me just fine. Okay, Defense Drone Mark II. It fires faster than Mark I and can also shoot down incoming lasers. That's pretty helpful. Got a Combat Drone Mark I. Powerful drone that continually attacks the enemy ship. I think that's what I already have, right? Let me actually check that because I'm curious if that is the case. Yep, that's what I have. Okay. And then there's a Defense Drone Mark I. So that's just going to be the weaker version of the Defense 2 drone. But I'm assuming that these will take different amounts of energy. Yeah, requires power 2, requires power 3, so that does make sense.
Like the descriptions are also different.
It fires faster than Mark I, can also shoot down incoming lasers, shoots down incoming missiles, asteroids, and flak debris. Curious. So these both seem to be very good things, and it might not actually hurt to try to invest in something like this. We'll think about that for a second. There's obviously still the crew teleporter and the cloaking, but I'm not really all that interested in trying to cloaking build this game and the crew teleport or the crew game either. I think I'll just keep focusing on drones. Okay, so let's think a little bit about what we could do with the drones then. So I could try to go defense 1 and just buy 1 more and just have this always active, but that's also going to drain my drone parts faster. Or I could go in with Defense Mark II, but then I would need even more if I still wanted to use the combat drone, which the combat drone's kind of a necessity, I feel. Might be better to go Defense 1 in that case. Let's go to our ship inventory, and I could buy, drone parts. I could buy a drone part for 30, and then I could get that, and I would be able to power both the combat and that easily enough. That does seem to be a decent way to go about that. Let me check what I have in terms of power outage at the moment. Power availability, rather.
You just turned on the whole repair.
Oh, fuck. We'll turn that off.
Well, you already used the drone part.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. I'm being dumb. Of course that would cost 2, and I have 2 available. No matter. Let's go back to the store then. Or the ship thing then. Okay, so currently speaking, I could turn off the O2 to get 1 more, but I would not have enough to power that and the I-bombs and everything else. I might consider buying 1 power bar, buying 1 drone part, and then getting that defense drone. I think we'll do that. Okay. And then I think I will go forward with my plan to buy a couple missiles, just to be on the safe side there. This seems good. And you know what? Fuck it. We'll replace the 1 drone part just to be on the safe side. We'll move this to the front, because I prefer to power this before the whole repair. Though, as you always say, it doesn't really make a difference. You can turn on and off whatever you want to turn on and off. We'll turn that off.
Yeah, the order simply determines what turns off first if the system is damaged and doesn't have enough power to power everything.
Indeed. We seem to be in very good shape. Our money's back down a little bit, but we certainly have a lot of good stuff to show for it. Let's see, Takane probably should go ahead and heal up. Her health is not perfect. Oh, right, duh. I have to turn that on.
This is the second time we've sent a guy to the med bay, and didn't get healed the first time either.
Oh, wow. Leave it to me. Silly Peter. Okay, I'd say we're good to jump, so let's jump. Okay, we're going to look at the distress beacon, and that also is probably the best one in terms of node neighbors anyway, as that's going to give me 3 new locations worth of information. So let's go to the distress beacon and see what's happening. You have encountered a refugee ship drifting in space. It looks like it was fleeing the Rebel advance and ran out of fuel. Its distress beacon is active, but you're not sure anyone is on board. Let's hail them. And of course we get an enemy. As you hail the refugee ship, a Zoltan ship suddenly jumps into the system. It claims the refugees are criminals and accuses you of escorting fugitives. Before you can respond, it cuts communications and powers up its weapons. Okay, this just feels like another example of the kind of ship we've been doing this entire time. Let's turn everything on, because I feel like this guy we're going to want to maximize for. Not enough power. Okay, we'll turn off the oxygen for a moment then, and we're just going to have everything going. We're going to ion blast the shields. We're going to ion bomb the missiles. We're going to do all of it. We're going to turn off auto fire for the time being, though, and just pay close attention. Because I don't want to use up all my missiles. I just want to start by using up a missile. Okay. Now we're going to power down one of these, turn the oxygen back on, and ion blast the... Yeah, I guess we just keep going with the shield.
Wait, what was the point of enabling the ion bomb then?
Oh wait, did that not go yet? I thought
Did it not do before you turn it off?
I'm stupid, sorry. I didn't realize it hadn't struck yet.
Yeah, it takes a long time to charge.
We'll go ahead and do that now then. Oxygen's in bad shape. Go deal with that. Man, that really does take a long time to power up the ion bomb, doesn't it? Okay, now we'll go ahead. What the fuck was that?
Beam weapon.
Have I even hurt them at all yet? I feel like I haven't even hurt them at all.
I don't think so, no. Your ion blast hasn't been firing at all this thing.
Why? I'm legitimately confused. Why is this not firing?
Because you disabled auto fire, remember?
Oh, god damn it. Stupid Peter. I'm gonna die, probably, because I'm dumb. We need to jump out of here. This is getting bad. You are immediately hailed by a mobile docking platform upon arrival. Welcome to Uncle Joe's Fix-It Shop. Need a tune-up? We got you covered. I might as well inquire. They offer to upgrade your piloting substance in exchange for some scrap. Don't care. You think they'll prepare to move on. That is unfortunate. I feel like that battle went as badly as it did simply because I made bad decisions as the captain.
To be fair, I was a bit worried when I first saw the ship. 2 layers of shields, 3 weapons.
Fair. Well, we're going to turn on hull repair because I frankly do need to repair my hull.
That was a bit scary, but you made it out okay.
Yeah, the jump was quite successful. surprisingly enough. Ooh, my god, that was a frightening battle, though. Repair again, please. But yeah, you are right. In retrospect, that was an incredibly dangerous opponent to be going up against. We'll do one more, but I don't dare go below 7, because I do need to make sure I actually have enough drone parts to fight people. I figured for sure I had a pretty good setup there, and I guess to some degree and extent I did, but not against that guy.
Yeah, they didn't have a single missile weapon, so unfortunately your defense drone wasn't really doing anything.
Indeed. I feel like, considering how close the waves are to approaching me, I just need to start making a beeline in the general direction of the exit. I can make some adjustments later, but for right this moment, I need to start heading towards the exit. A rock armored transport nearby looks to have lost its bearings, but when you hail them, they grow suspicious. Whatever life form you are, we find you repugnant. We seek no aid. Leave now. Okay, so is there any? So you talk about like weapons. I'm assuming these guys just haven't pulled their weapons out yet, because I can't see anything on the shell of this thing. But surely they have weapons. Like surely they must.
Is that a question?
Okay, fine, that's a question.
They do have weapons, I can see them.
Ah, fair enough.
I don't think there are any like ships in this game that don't have weapons, honestly.
That would make sense.
Also, well, I mean, okay, there's a distinction between weapons and drones, I guess, but you get my point.
Yeah. I feel like between two shield, the fact that they probably do have weapons, and the fact that we're in a plasma storm, this is probably an idiotic fight to make. We're leaving. I'm assuming you would probably agree with my decision there.
I'm reckless.
Fair. And we're still in a fucking plasma storm. You're right in the middle of a plasma storm, despite the harsh conditions the Rebel Scout seems to be waiting for you. Well, I don't have much choice on this one, considering. I mean, I could wait for the FTL to charge and then leave, and if things go poorly, I very well may, but I do have to fight. Okay, so how do I want to organize this so that I can actually make this happen is the real question. So, drones... Ah, right. I feel like in this particular case, we need to just turn everything off. We're going to need the drone on. Let's go ahead and charge everything up. And we're going to ion blast their shields. And we're going to ion bomb their weapons. And we're just going to keep going with the auto fire on that. That should end up basically shutting them down, so my lack of shield doesn't make a difference. And the combat drone can just finish them off. Looks like the oxygen system got hit. Oh, that's a very bad place for there to be a breach. I feel like you need to get the hell out of there, and we'll move you in there instead. Oh, God. Okay, it looks like the breach has been fixed. I'm gonna need to turn the med bay on here for a second. You get a frantic message, take everything we have, just don't kill us. Honestly, fine. Like, seriously, I need to worry more about this problems on my own ship at the moment. You guys can live for today. Let's turn all this off, get the med bay on, you guys need to heal up, and then we need to get our oxygen levels returning to normal, because otherwise we are very dead. Okay, go fix the oxygen before we all die. Whew, this was a close one, but I think I made it out on top.
Yeah, that was rather scary.
Honestly, I'm probably very lucky that they decided to just offer me a, peace treaty there. Otherwise, I probably would have been dead.
You want me to tell you something about how the engines work that I'm not sure if you would notice on your own or not?
Sure, go for it.
When your engines are not powered, it is impossible for enemy shots to miss.
Huh. That does feel like a dangerous thing, then.
Oh yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't know what you were supposed to do there, considering you need like 3 power for the ion blast and 2 for the combat drone, and that gives you like 1 power bar left.
Yeah, and honestly, I couldn't risk not turning their systems off myself. Them having their stuff long term would have been excessively detrimental. Honestly, not the worst outcome in the world. This could have gone much worse, and for the most part, we're fine.
Sure, you are still alive.
Indeed, and I even topped off my missiles a bit. Yeah, we need to get the hell out of this fucking nebula as soon as possible. But still, we've got at least 2 more nodes to go, and there may even be something at the exit to deal with. Well, let's keep going. Your crew are constantly looking out of the windows, checking for hostiles. They jump at every creak and moan of the ship. The tension is almost palpable. Well, I'm glad that despite the tension being palpable, there's nothing out there. Guess may as well just keep heading towards that exit. If you spot a rebel ship and the nebula ahead and stay off their radar, try to engage? Fuck yeah, they have 1 shield, and it's not in a nebula. I might as well.
Maybe it's in the nebula with not an ion storm.
Fair. Without, wait, how does one tell the difference? As far as I can tell on the map.
Because you have power.
Fair.
There's also an additional danger icon when there is, and the background is darker.
Fair. Without sensors, you can't maintain a lock for long. The rebels slip away. Okay, so I literally am not even allowed to fight them. That's unfortunate. Danger, you're inside a nebula, your sensors will not function. Okie dokie, well, whatever. There's a store up here. You know what, I've got time. And I've already explored this location, so I know there's no additional danger here, so let's do it. Let's see what's at the store.
I have to go to the bathroom anyway, so I might as well do that while you're considering stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, alright, so let's go ahead and think through everything. So we got this whole laser as one option. Powerful counterpoint to the Hull Smasher Mark I, fires more projectiles per shot. Seems like a generally good laser weapon, but we're not really doing lasers this run so much. Got these things here. Let's see, I could buy more fuel, I could buy more missiles, I could buy more drone parts. The drone parts feel like probably are not a bad call at all. Overall, I'm probably better off doing that and buying some drone parts as opposed to, and fixing. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll fix, we'll buy drone parts, and I think we'll also buy fuel. I'm not, so over the moon about anything else this shop has where I feel like I absolutely must have it. I've not been using the firebomb. I could in theory sell that, but at the same time there's nothing else I really want to buy right this second, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and say this is good, and we can get the hell out of here. The pirate ship arrives shortly after you. Judging from the fact that it is attempting to avoid your ship, you assume that it's a smuggler trying to stay away from beacons. Well, since Grayson's AFK, I think I will also take a short break, and when Grayson gets back, we'll make a decision on this. Okay, I'm back. Not sure how much longer Grayson will be. But I guess for the moment being, we can encounter at least one enemy ship. You power up your weapons and move into engage. These guys look a little scary, but we're not in an ion storm, so presumably we can power up enough stuff to make this work. Let's pause and take stock of the situation. So from what I can see of their ship, it looks like they have 2 weapons. That doesn't seem overly worrisome. Let's go ahead and power everything on here. Okay. We do need 3 more here. We'll turn off that. We'll turn off that. And we'll go without oxygen for a little while, just so that we can get everything going. Let's turn the ion blast onto... Honestly, I think I just want to start targeting their weapon systems. We'll bomb their shield system down the road. Let's see how this plays out in the early rounds of the fight. Okay, we got intruders on the ship. Let's just send everybody to go deal with them. Okay, I'm going to need to see what happened in those central chambers in a moment, but for right this second, I'm better off just continuing to let those guys take out the intruder. Okay, shield got hit. Their systems are in really bad danger. Hey, welcome back. We're fighting this guy.
I noticed there was a rock guy in your weapons for a moment.
What was that?
I noticed there was a rock guy in your weapon for a moment.
Yeah, there was. So, yeah, we had to deal with an intruder, and so I had everybody on the ship there. This guy seems like a relatively dangerous vessel, so I turned everything on, and I aimed the ion blast at the weapons so that I can get their weapons down more sooner, and the shields I'm sort of making my secondary target here. Alright.
Hey, yeah, sorry it took so long.
No, it's fine.
Both bathrooms were occupied, so I had to wait.
That does make sense. Okay, I think I can return everybody to their starting locations here. They look like they don't want to fight. They're trying to escape. Yeah, I can believe that. I think I actually stand a pretty good chance of destroying them here. They hail you. We realize our ship is no match for yours. If you let us go, we can make it worth your while. Honestly, I don't think that's a very good offer. 1 missile, that's all you're going to give me, and, you know, you're going to give me some fuel and some money. We're going to keep attacking.
Yeah, I don't think it's a very good offer either.
It's not. That's shit. We're going to get more probably from destroying them than we would otherwise. Intruder is detected? Where is the question? Well, destroy the ship and then we can figure that out. From the bits and pieces you find, you decide that this ship was gathering information. Nothing seems useful. 22 money. Apparently,
And more money.
Yep. Which honestly is probably better at some level. So we're going to turn off this, and we're going to get our health back up. And we now can assume that they're in their oxygen supply, so... Let's go ahead and get the oxygen fixed. Once it's back up again, we can do that. They're trying to destroy the engine room. Let's go to the engine room and fight the intruder. Hard to believe the fight is still not over even after the ship is gone. They tried real hard
Yeah.
to make that work for them, but unfortunately for them, that's just not happening. That was a valiant attempt, but a failed one, nonetheless.
Yeah, you'd think when they were that close to dying, they would send more than one person over, trying to take over your ship or something, but nope, just
Yeah.
one guy survived.
Just one guy. It was not a very successful attempt at, shaking me out. Man, this is definitely a much more wild round than the last one we played. If I had as little experience this round as I did the last one, I probably would not still be alive.
Yeah, you can see why the Kestrel Cruiser is the, starting ship. Very simple and easy to understand.
Yep. Alright, so now we need to get the hell out of here at this point. Honestly, I'm kind of sick of dealing with the nebula. I think we're going to just leave. This long-range beacon is almost hidden within a nebula. When the FTL drive is charged, you can jump to the next sector. And there doesn't seem to be anything interesting even happening here. Yeah, we're just leaving. Okay, we're going to NG-controlled space. Whew, it is really nice to be out of the fucking nebula. You've arrived at NG space. The fall of the Federation has brought tough times for these robotic life forms, but they're usually willing to help. Okay. Still got a decent amount of fuel. We got enough robot parts that we can probably reasonably do 3 battles. Got some missiles, so we can even use the ion bomb a couple times as needed. Probably should be trying to get some more money again, and probably should try at some point to find another shop. Jesus, a lot of distress beacons around. Well, there is the shop I was looking for. What are the adjacencies here, though? Okay, this one is adjacent to this distress beacon, as well as both of these guys. This one's also adjacent to both of those. And the store is adjacent to neither. I do want to come back to the store. How does this connect up? I feel like whatever I do, I'm either going to be not going to the distress beacons, or I'm going to be not going to the store. Well, to be fair, I don't even really have very much money at the moment anyway. We'll try going to one of the distress beacons, and if I find suddenly I have to go to the store, at least I know I can go back there. You arrive at a smoldering NG research station. Its distress call unanswered. Attacked by pirates or mantis, most likely. There may be someone left alive, or else something of value left on board. Could end up being a fight, but we'll give it a go if it is. We sent in a away team to investigate, but there's nothing save for the acidic stench of burnt NG parts. This place is dead. So this is just a nothing. Okay, we'll try the other one. The distress signal originates from a small NG ship under attack by a rebel fighter. When the rebels see Federation markings, they turn to attack. Okay, so this looks to be very similar to the ship I just faced a little bit ago, apart from the fact that it's rebels and not rockmen, but they got 2 weapons. I feel like, again, this is not a bad call to be trying to turn a number of things on here. Let's see. I feel like I'm going to try to conserve my drone parts this round, and I'm only going to power the combat drone, but we will use our ion bombs. Ion blast, their weapons. Iron bomb, their shield. And I think we'll call that good for now. We may need to adjust as the battle goes on. Okay, that's bad. That's definitely bad. Okay, so you both are going to go deal with the oxygen problem. It looks like they have an attack drone. Since they have an attack drone, I probably want to boot my defense drone up, frankly. Because I'm going to probably want to do something about that before we end up dead. Yeah, as much as I don't really want to use up all our drone parts, I also cannot risk, I cannot risk that attack drone destroying us. There you go, help your friend deal with our shield system. Man, they are trying their damnedest. Austin's under attack. We're getting there, but this is going to be a close fucking fight. Jesus fuck. Well, maybe close is a bit of an extreme word for it, but let's just say it's going to cost me more than I would like it to cost me. Let's see. Oxygen's still good enough I can hold out for another second while they destroy it. Good. Whew! That was a brutal fight. The rebels destroy. You pick the bones of their ship and wait for the small NG ship to catch up. Got fuel, a missile, and some money. The NG vessel, it turns out to be very poorly equipped, barely a runabout, really. They're trying to outrun the rebels and need all the help they can get. Okay, so this is a random thing. Honestly, scrap is probably the thing I can most afford to give them, so sure, we'll try that. The NG are grateful. They don't have any supplies or weapons to spare, but they do send over a self-teleporting medbot disperser that they hope they won't need. Healing Burst. I guess that's a new thing. I have nothing else I can sell that, but let's see what that does. Probably should make sure to turn on my O2 as soon as I unpause. I think I'm looking in the wrong spot for, here it is. Heal Burst.
Surprise, it's another bomb.
Self-teleporting healing unit that instantly heals all friendly crew in the room. That's not that great. I'll sell that as soon as I can do so. Let's see. I feel like my hull's fine enough that I can afford to not use the hull repair just yet. Should turn off my defense drone, though. Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, I guess I'm healing anyway. Oh, or maybe not, because I turned it off immediately because I panicked. Stupid Peter. Oh well. Is everyone's health okay? No, it is not. You two need to go to the med bay and get healed. I am starting to run lower on most of my resources, and that is somewhat concerning. I don't have a whole lot left that I can use to fight. Let's go ahead and send everyone back to where they came from, and we can try jumping somewhere else. I would love to get back to that store. Love to, but I don't think that's possible at this point. So instead, we'll just move on. That opens up 3 new locations. That opens up 2 new locations. This is probably the better choice. You see a civilian ship, the civilian space station with heavy damage. You receive a message. We've been hit hard by war. We need more drone parts to speed up our repairs. We'll buy some from you if you have extra. Fuck no. I can't afford to do that. The drone parts are one thing keeping me alive. This definitely seems like the correct choice. Ugh. Meteor field. That's scary. A pirate ship was lying in wait in the asteroid field and immediately turns in to attack. This does not look like a good thing to be fighting. This looks like a very scary thing to be fighting. I think we need to just get out of here as soon as possible. So we're going to need to power the FTL drive as quickly as possible. Let's turn the drones on. So the defense drone can block any attacks they might have from that direction. Not enough power for all of that. Okay, I just want to power on the ion blast here. Okay, and we're gonna try targeting their weapons system, so hopefully we can slow them down a little bit while we try to escape. Actually, we're doing much better than I would think possible, if I'm being perfectly honest. Fuck it, I'm just gonna let them finish it off. I think we can win this. I am definitely not able to predict the difficulty of a ship, is what I'm learning. I have not been playing this game nearly long enough to be able to do that effectively.
Yeah, honestly, this situation looks scary to me, but you're making it work.
Yeah, like, this is surprisingly manageable. Like, hell, they're doing so poorly against me, even the meteor field isn't getting through because the meteors are what's taking down my shield. Okay, you guys gonna finish it off?
Yeah, your defense drone is really helping here.
Indeed. Alright, you win. Here's some equipment from our stores. Leave us alone. Honestly, fine. Like, I'm struggling to get them the rest of the way there, and they're offering things that I actually actively need. More fuel so I don't get stranded, and the 2 drone parts they basically stole from me back. Fine. Go away. I don't know what I could get in exchange, but the last time I did that, I only got money, although it was a lot of good money, but I can't risk only getting money on this fight.
I feel like fuel is a good trade. You're kind of low on it.
Yeah. Store. That's good. An NG ship hails. Engine upgrade necessary for travel home. Sale of equipment necessary for engine upgrade. Okay, let's see what all they got on sale here. So there's crew teleporter, cloaking, advanced FTL navigation, scrap recovery arm. I don't care about any of that. Then I could buy more fuel, more missiles, more robot parts, and I can fix stuff. I could also sell some stuff. Here's the healing thing. That's apparently worth 20. Let's do that. And I've not really been using the firebomb, so I think I'm just going to sell that as well, for the sake of having more money on hand. Okay. Let's see, what do I want to buy? I think that I want to fix myself. More robot parts. And we'll buy missiles. Honestly, fuck it, we're just gonna renew as much as we can. Perhaps not the best option, but I feel like my resources were starting to get so low that it was getting genuinely very scary. Wow, that node connects to a bunch of shit. Still, though, probably be better at this point, now that I've topped off my resources more, to actually try to get more stuff in the sector. Let's see, I could go on a bit of a wander about in this area. There's a number of ways to get to the exit over that direction. So I might go ahead and head to this node. I can choose how much longer I want to make the path after that. By the time you can notice the rebel ship behind the beacon, it's too late to avoid the fight. Okay, I feel like this is manageable. I think I will for sure power on the combat drone. And I think we'll make sure that the Ion Blast is focusing on the weapons. Sure, we'll also engage the Ion Bomb on the shields, because that does feel like that does make the difference. Everyone's health is fine. Okay, we're gonna try to roll with this and see if this ends up making this work out in our favor. Oh, they have a combat drone. I don't want to use the drone parts for this, but fine. You guys are going to force me to, I see. Let's see. I cannot afford to not have a defense drone if they've got a combat drone. Okay, I need to go over here because there's issues over there. I don't like these expensive battles where I end up having to use a fuck ton of resources to fix the problem. I find that genuinely very agitating. You guys better give me a lot of shit in return for this. The enemy ship appears to be powering up its FTL. It's trying to escape. I don't know if we'll be able to hurt it enough in time to actually make it do with that before it escapes, but hopefully we can. Come on, guys. Destroy that. They send you a message. Your ship is surprisingly well equipped. Please take this and let us live. Honestly, on this one, nah. I've already got enough fuel, and you're not offering me enough of other things. Hey. The ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of useful scrap materials. Yeah, honestly, this was the better call. I do not really need fuel at the moment, but that's a lot more money, and I got a missile out of it.
I was so concerned that it was just going to jump away. It was like flashing saying jump in imminent, so I thought it was going to get away.
Fair. I probably took more of a gamble than I actually realized that I did. Hey guys, get yourselves healed up. I will have to stop soon. By the way, maybe like 10 more minutes and we will call it. This is super fun, though. I'm really enjoying this game.
This game is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention there's a ton of mods if you get tired of the base game.
Indeed. Okay. We can continue our wander about. I feel like I'll go to this note. I don't feel like I should risk adding 2 more on. You make contact with an isolated NG science station who are trying to are staying put despite the likelihood of Mantis invasion. They suggest you trial some experimental technology. Wait, so they're just giving me random shit? That's interesting. I was not expecting to just be given free shit. Okay. I could go straight here, I could go here, I might as well go here. An advanced Rebel automated ship remains stationed near a small Rebel space station. Sensors indicate it's a storage vessel for military goods. It's one of these things. These things are not very impressive. I think I'll go ahead. Ooh, they got a lot of weapons, though. I'm definitely going to want to take their weapon systems offline as soon as I'm able to. Since we got extra drone parts, I feel like I want to turn both of my drones on here. Okay, we got that, and then as soon as I can see them, we're gonna ion blast their, weapons, because I need to get those offline ASAP. Yep, there we go. Ion blast the weapon systems. Probably should send you 2 to... no, not you. Oh, maybe I should send you up there. This is legitimately actually starting to get a little dangerous.
Oh my god, did you see what happened?
I don't think that I did, no. What's happened to my combat drone?
So this is something you would never figure out in a million years. It is possible for a stray shot to just kill the drone sometimes.
Oh my god, really?
It just happened to be right in front of the barrel of the weapon and got shot.
This thing is turning out to be a much more ferocious battle than I would have thought it was capable of offering me. Although, to be fair, it destroying my combat drone is a fairly hefty reason as to why.
Yeah, so many lasers with 0 evasion is pretty terrifying.
Mm-hmm. You salvage what you can from the broken ship. Investigate the station. The station is a storage site for various resources. You salvage everything possible. Honestly, not a bad outcome at some level. Since I got an extra drone part, I think we're going to turn on hull repair and get some of the hull back. Like, it wasn't the worst fight in the world, but I just took more damage than I intended to. One second. Okay, let's go ahead and jump. So we're going to this location down here. I just realized I forgot to fix up my engines properly. Oh no. Alright, you receive a distress call from a nearby NG ship. Assistance requested, danger present, imminent destruction. Okay, fine, whatever. Let's do it. You approach to find a Mantis ship assaulting a small NG space station. You prepare for a fight. Last time I had to fight a Mantis, it proved to be much weaker than I had anticipated. Their focus have primarily been on, intruders. So we'll go ahead and deal with the intruder. In the meantime, we need to power everything else up. Okay, all the drones are going. You definitely should not be afraid of my to use my bombs here, since I am indeed dealing with that. Alright, Ion Blast to the weapons, Ion Bomb to the shields, and yeah, let's just see what happens. And unfortunately, I have to put off fixing my engines for a second because these guys are being a pain. Okay, got the engines back online. Take the oxygen down for a minute and get the engines back up. Rumia probably needs some healing. Actually, we'll take the engines back. No. Rumia, go to the healing ward. And I don't know which one normally goes in which room, but it doesn't matter much. Another intruder? Jesus Christ. These guys like their intruders, don't they? Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, zero evasion is scary.
Honestly, this is looking bad. Okay. Alright, you guys need to go put out these fires.
I think this is before the run ends.
Yeah, which is fine. I was about to call it a night anyway, but yeah, this is very worrisome. Yeah, there's nothing I can do. I'm just fucked. That was unexpected. I did not expect these guys to be able to destroy me so easily. So yeah, we're screwed. Well, I clearly underestimated this enemy. Oh well.
There, I think you were just kind of underpowered at that point in the game in general.
Probably. Which presumably means that there's just something about the game I don't understand yet. Because as far as I am concerned, I did much better this run than the last one in terms of my decision making. So I must have done something that I hasn't quite clicked with me yet that is idiotic. Or I just got unlucky.
I don't remember enough of either run to really know, which run you did better in. I do think you're starting to understand a lot more about the game, though.
I mean, I got further in the last run, for sure. Like, I made it to Sector 6, but, like, just in general, I feel like this run I was doing better in terms of my equipment and such. Like, I feel like I actually put time into trying to strategize and build something that would actually work for me. But it seems like it didn't really matter very much in the end. Oh well.
Would you like me to tell you what I think you might be missing?
Go for it, I guess.
I don't have to. I'm just saying because it seems like you were, wondering about that.
I am somewhat, but it's also... yeah, go ahead. Tell me.
If it makes you feel any better, I feel like this is the kind of thing that even I didn't really realize until I read a guide for this game.
Yeah, and that's part of the reason why I was a little bit hesitant, because if it were something that would click in the next couple of runs, my pride really doesn't want me to be told what it is. But I kind of already recognize that's not the case. This, whatever it is, feels like it's probably an abstract enough notion I would not figure it out for a long, long time. So just go ahead.
Yeah, I definitely feel like this is the kind of game where a good number of people will just try and try and try again and still wonder, God, what am I doing wrong? Why am I not able to win?
Yeah, I would believe that.
But I think you really underestimate the power of just simply upgrading your ship. Like, don't get me wrong, the stuff that shops sell is good and all, but you had one layer of shields and 2 bars of engine. None of your other systems were upgraded except, like, maybe the weapons and or drones. I don't even remember at this point.
Fair. I guess in my mind, when you mention the shields, yeah, you're not wrong. I probably should put more attention to the shields than I have been, and at some point I probably would have thought to do that at least a little bit more in depth. But at some level also my mind just just destroy them before they can do too much damage, or upgrade defense systems so I don't actually have to worry about that in the first place. But you do have a bit of a point. Engines, though, are one of these things that's abstract enough, I don't even really know, what the difference between one engine and two is, much less what 3 or 4 would make.
I mean, it tells you in, like, the, upgrade thing. And also below, like, the HUD area where you can see how many shield players that you have, it does show a, evasion percentage. Now, with, like, 5 bars of, engines, you can get to, like, almost 50-50.
Huh, interesting. But yeah, I'm surprised. This, of all the things I would have thought that you were going to tell me, that really was not it, which I guess goes to show all the more that you are right. This is not necessarily something someone would think of immediately. Like, the 2 guesses that I had that you were going to say was either A, you were going to say that I'm using the wrong weapons and I really should make sure to prioritize one specific class of weapon over another. Is perhaps one thing I did notice, for example, was that the weapons that I used were all typically the kinds that guzzle a lot of resources. So perhaps one hint that you may have been trying to give me was to optimize away from that. Not saying it is, not asking you to confirm or deny that, but that was just a thought I had that might be what you meant. The other thought was that, it could have been something as out of left field as I need to prioritize expanding my crew more, which I currently don't see any reason to do. Personally, I think my crew...
I mean, that can help.
Fair.
I definitely think having more people to move around and do repairs without abandoning stations is definitely good. One thing that I think contributed to your last death was not having a pilot. Your evasion immediately dropped to 0, and you were pretty much a sitting duck for 3 lasers to hit you every time.
Honestly, I forgot that having nobody at the pilot station is what causes 0 evasion. I'd assume they'd taken out some system, and that's what was causing that.
But you can upgrade the piloting subsystem to give at least a percentage of your usual evasion when it is unmanned. Really, there's a lot of really good upgrades that you can get that you might underestimate. For example, upgrading oxygen, and you might wonder, like, why? I mean, you can refill the oxygen pretty good, but having that extra bar means that you can take 1 more damage on that system without it going offline.
Oh, interesting.
So in addition to the, like, increased refill rate, which has some applications that sure you can figure out on your own, but in addition to that, you could just take more damage before you're screwed.
I guess that's a fair point. Yeah, it's one of these games where there's just so many different things that you can upgrade or do that it's a bit difficult to know what the appropriate, the best choices might be. And I suppose at some level the answer is there's many different proper choices. It depends a lot upon what RNG gives you to work with in the first place and what ship you choose to begin with.
Yeah. I do think that, like, shield and engines are very, 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 very useful, though. Like, it's practically suicide getting as far as you did with only 1 layer of shield. I would have at least 2 by then.
Fair enough. And this would never have been something I would have even ever guessed was a problem. To me, that was a perfectly fine setup.
Yeah, as I said, me neither. I had to, like, read a guide to figure that out, and I have tons of hours in the game. I'm sure not as much as some people. I have not even unlocked all of the ships yet. You think that I would have by now, but I am bad at the game still.
Fair. And yeah, I would have assumed for sure that you had unlocked all the ships. Anyway.
I think I'm missing like 1 or 2 ships entirely, and there's plenty of ships where I only have layout A.
Fair enough. Anyway, for now though, let's go ahead and say goodnight to the future lovely people.
Good night, future